Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and good evening. I have the honor to introduce to you a man whose personal sufferings and trials symbolize and personify the wicked and diabolical institution of slavery, which nature and all decent men abhor. A man free at last by the grace of God, who has literally suffered the cruelties and the tortures of the damned at the hands of human monsters who held him in bondage. Mr. Frederick Douglass.
Thank you, my friends. I am very glad to be here. I am very glad to mingle my voice with those with whom I have labored for the purpose of undoing the burdens of my brethren and hastening the day of their emancipation. My friends, slavery must be abolished. And the only way that can be done is by enforcing the great principles of justice. Vainly you talk about voting it down. When you have cast your millions of ballots, you will not have reached the evil. It has fastened its root deep into the heart of the nation, and nothing but God's truth and love can cleanse the land. I ask you, no, I beg you to look at the practical operation of the slave trade, the American slave trade, sustained by American politics and American religion. There you will see men and women reared like swine for the market, driven so that they crowd the highways of the nation, driven by men armed with pistol, whip, and bowie knife. See, too, the young girl of 13 weeping, yes, weeping, as she thinks of the mother from whom she has just been torn. Attend a slave auction and see men examined like horses, and women rudely and shockingly exposed to the gaze of American slave buyers. And never forget the sobs that arise from this group as they are sold and separated forever. Tell me, dear citizens, where, under God's sun, can you find a spectacle more fiendish and shocking than this?
Bravo! Bravo!
It is now my singular pleasure to introduce a new and tireless member of our organization who has fearlessly chosen the path of God's work. May I present Miss Virgilia Hazzard.
My friends, there is one aspect of slavery so foul, so utterly depraved that even we on this platform have been loath to raise its specter. I must admit to you my shame to stand before you with rising indignation. A decent Christian woman addressing an audience of her own kind, forced to address publicly a sin so vile, so vicious and degenerate. The South's hateful system depends on the perpetuation of its free labor force. So where, ladies and gentlemen, do these new slaves come from when the aged and infirmed are worked to death, or beaten to death? Why, they come from slavery itself. For the true crop of a Southern plantation is a human crop. Yes, my friends, the plantations of the South are nothing more than black breeding farms.
She's an offense to all the women in the abolitionist movement.
Giant bordellos owned and operated by a degenerate aristocracy. Men who in their lust force their animal passions on the defenseless bodies of the women and children they hold prisoner. God in his heaven cries out against these crazed satyrs, and every upright human heart cries out in moral outrage, no! 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 No!
Ori, you know she doesn't speak for all of us.
No, not for you, but for everyone else here she does.
Here, sir. You must believe how Miss Virgilia is speaking.
I am afraid, sir, I have a train to catch to South Carolina. I have some blacks to breed.